So I took the bathroom sink fixture and washed it really well. It's really pretty, even with it like not being taken care of. It looks really pretty. This is a gold. I don't know if it shows up on camera. It's a gold with a little bit of tarnish to it. You can see the original color was like this, but it's been aged. But it looks a lot nicer. And this is our replacement cartridge here. New seals in the bottom and new O-ring there. The kit came with 2 O-rings that come for a different type of spout. And they even gave me a new screw for the head. So that's really cool. But I have a little guide here. Problems and solution. Decrease in flow of water. Remove aerator, flush and replace. That's funny. That was the first thing I was looking at. So this should just pop right back. You got a little tab here. It should just go right back in there. I may have to clean this a bit more because it's kind of rough in there. But yeah, I'll just wet this, line that notch up, and pop it in there. And that will have that done. I can put the handle back on it and then it'll be ready to install. So that was super easy. I just wet the O-ring and pushed it in and it made a fun noise and popped right into place. So yeah, I can put my little handle on. Well, that's pretty. I still got the strainer that I gotta clean, but this is looking good. This is a Valley. Almost looks fancy. Okay, got the counter cleaned up and the sink and faucet back on here. Faucet looks real pretty. So the back of the sink under the faucet was all cracked up, so I used Fix-All adhesive on it to make it structurally sound and sealed. Down here, the P-trap pipe, this one, was cracked all the way down in so many places, but it wasn't shattered. So I took this and took it out and sealed it entirely with Fix-All adhesive and let it sit. That fixed that. I put Teflon tape on all of the joints as cheap insurance. Put all those back together. Apparently there was an extra part on the sink. I have no idea why they put that part on because it didn't need it. That is over there, so I guess I'll save that for later. So I poured water in here and it doesn't leak out of the drain pipe. So now it's just a sense of hooking this back up to the water, which is going to be interesting because they used these at one time, which I'm sure the O-rings are probably toast in, and Midnight was saying these were leaking, so that's going to be fun to look at. I have the bathroom sink in. It's not cinched down yet, but it's here, and the drain doesn't leak. For the kitchen, same thing applies. It's the same parts. This one leaked, but it leaked for a different reason. Somebody at the factory really messed this one up. They cut that part too short and went to put this together and went, oh shit, it's too short. And I guess while nobody was watching, they cut this piece off of a different pipe. This isn't even a flange piece. It's just a cut from a different pipe at a horrible angle. And stuffed it in between there after cutting that pipe too short at a horrible angle. And when they put it back together, there's no way in hell that ever would have sealed in its life. I took that out, cleaned it, put Teflon on the threads, stuck it back in, tightened it down. It leaked, so I took it off, dried it as good as I could, put it back on there, fixed the threads back up again, and then took Fix-All adhesive and filled this whole thing up, because the correct way to fix this would be to cut that pipe there before the elbow and then replace that. So that's gonna work for now. That's set. I actually had to do this inside of the house like back in 2016 or 17 because of the same situation, but it was like about here, like on the house. plumbing. That worked. This is the stuff that I use for all these types of repairs. It's water resistant. It works really good for this shit. This you can get at, I think, pretty much any Dollar Tree has this. It's Super Glue brand Fix-All adhesive. This stuff rocks. Just on this RV alone, I've used almost this whole entire tube on all of this just to get shit going to be able to make it work. Granted, all this stuff's going to be fixed properly later, but this will get by for quite a while. Like I said, the repair I did on the house is lasting since, I mean, it's lasting 10 years. It hasn't sprung a leak yet, so. Also did this one spot in the shower. Here, there was a little crack, so I did that. There's actually a repair, like, powder mix thing that you can do with these, but I just used that Fix-All adhesive. Whole thing, I haven't even touched this yet. This needs to be scrubbed really bad. It's dirty. I came up and spray painted the skylight because this was letting so much heat in. It was crazy. I stapled the headliner up just to get it out of the way, so it's stapled up. I did find where to get the vent covers for these things. I can just replace this fan that doesn't work anymore with like a computer fan. But I did find where to get these vents online, and they're really cheap. I'll post that up on my Thrones gifts if anybody wants to get me one of those. So right now that's just 2 garbage bags and duct tape. I don't know how long that's gonna last. Okay, so we've run into an issue. The new cartridge showed up and it was broken. This is the one that goes to the kitchen sink. I got this Danco 88431E cartridge. They shipped it in a bag, and when it got to me, the end of it was cracked, the O-ring was split, and these flat gaskets over here are split. But all is not lost. 2 O-rings were good, and the whole inside, which is the part that actually failed here on the old one, was this piece just comes off, are intact. So I took the new O-rings off of this piece and put them onto our old cartridge surround here. These pieces are still fine. You can take them off and put them on. These little flat pieces, they're worn, but they'll work, I believe. And the inside of this, pop out here, this inside can be used in this. So here's what this looks like. Hopefully this works. I'm not sure how open that needs to be. I would think it would need to be open more than that, but the cartridge bodies are the same, so I think this should work. Let me compare those hole openings. So that's fun. Putting it into this enclosure, it opens up halfway in this hole. Perfectly fine. This enclosure, it gets only a quarter of the way open. That's not very good. I'm wondering if I remove the top O-ring, since this one only has one, if I can put these side by side and see if there's an O-ring I remove, if maybe it works. I don't know. I'll have to fuck with it. Why can't people just pack shit correctly? Okay, so here's the faucet in the bathroom. That all got done, and the cartridge replaced and it's put in. This one didn't really have any holding hardware, I don't think. It's got studs for it, so I'll probably come back in and make some brackets to hold it in there better. I do eventually want to get a better, make a better countertop, possibly get a better sink for in here, because this one was all cracked. I glued the hell out of this. So that's done. The new part for the kitchen faucet finally came in. I wound up going to return the one that arrived busted, and then they wrote it off and refunded me at the end of the day. I ordered another one from a different place that had good reviews on it. Got it. It went in there. Worked as should. I turned the water on just long enough to be able to test all the faucets, and we now have a working kitchen faucet, we have a working bathroom faucet, and shower faucet. So all of that's good. Down here, all that's sealed up. We had no leaks at the connections for the bathroom or for here. So those are all done now. So hopefully that's all good. So I gotta wait until after it gets done raining for a while so then I can actually try to start using the water system. I ran a little bit that was in the system to be able to test the faucets. It's interesting, I thought this was gonna be like a little itty bitty stream. It's not, it's actually really decent. So now all that's really left is to get the strainers for the kitchen and the bathroom faucets and clean them up because they're full of deposits. That'll be it. That'll be good. This is going to be interesting. I got to clean the shower up and I got to see if that drain leaks. At one point I need to figure out a water filter solution for this, for the chlorine. This has a normal head and I'm not certain if the thread on that fits a filter, but I'm going to find out. So I might have to get creative, but that's okay. We're used to being creative around here. Okay, so this RV shower has standard sized fittings for these little shower wand hoses, which are the same as like stuff in houses and homes. They're the same threads that regular house stuff fits on. But I need a male to male or a male to female adapter because I need to hook my RV shower up to this, which is recessed and needs a male side, but obviously if you're going to connect a hose to that you're going to need a female side too. So I have this. I'm making a male to male coupler or adapter or whatever you want to call it to go into this, because if it goes into this then this can unscrew and I can put a hose from here to the shower here. So let me show you what my idea is. This is a T. This is a T that was ruined. That was the wrong size to do stuff for the plumbing when we rerouted the plumbing. So this was essentially trash. The threads are nicked up, but I'm going to take a file and clean them up. So far they thread into the shower filter and a hose properly. To make this work, because it was originally a T, I cut the T part off to make it straight. This fits into the filter housing. As a side note, this is the piece that I cut off. I actually cut off at a pretty good square, so worst case scenario, if this failed, I could cut another side off and just straight up epoxy those together to make an adapter, but I can guarantee you that wouldn't reach. This reaches correct. I took duct tape and rolled it and stuck it in here to block the hole to seal it. I did that and then stuffed it with paper towels behind it to make it solid. So that's sealed and solid and ready for epoxy or whatever I've got on hand. What I've got on hand is Fix-All adhesive. I have a little bit left in here. I'm going to see how far that goes and then open up the new thing and see what I need here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it in here and I'm going to fill this up until it gets right past flat, and then I'm going to leave it. Okay, I've made a solid plug here. It's got a little bit of a dome on it. That's good. I popped any and all bubbles that I could. There's still going to be a couple little baby bubbles in there, but I popped all the big bubbles so it did not have bubbles in the structure. And it's got a couple right there. But I took a pick and drew it out around the area to make sure that it joins up with the polybutylene on all the sides, because these are polybutylene plastics. But anyway, hopefully after this cures out, that'll be good. Worst case scenario, I'll have to come in and shave a little bit off the top, but I don't think I'll have to. We'll see how this concludes, because after this gets done, I have to try and get the duct tape and everything out of it, and then I have to pressure test it, because I'm going to have to hook it up and then see if it works. If it doesn't withstand pressure, I got to go completely back to the drawing board, in which case I'll have to probably use epoxy. Okay, so here's this little coupler thing. I cleaned up the thread a bit. The Fix-All adhesive dried, and it seems to be strong enough that I can plug one end and blow as hard as humanly possible in the other end, and it doesn't blow out. So that's a pretty good sign. So the inside of it is good. However, there's the big crater here that needs to be plugged just for stability for my mind. So I'll probably fill that with some more and let it cure. Threads look a whole hell of a lot better than they did. Pretty wild the duct tape and paper towel trick worked. So here I have sanded the top surface and inside of the crater to make a plug. So I kind of had the instinct to sand it because I feel like it needs something to stick to. Normally I would think that it would adhere to itself, but it was very slick. So I roughed it up a bit so that it might have some benefit of adhesion. Okay, so since last time I recorded, we have, if I flip the water pump on, we have water. So I have water in the kitchen sink, both cold and hot water sides. That works. I had to bypass the sprayer because it was creating a air leak that was making this like a water hammer. So I cut the line, shoved this old cartridge, which was the original one from the bathroom. I'm just using the top piece, which is brass, as a plug, and clamped that. I have the other half still cut and intact, so if we replace the sprayer, it can go back on there just with a coupler. So back here in the bathroom, if I turn the pump on, I have water here. I still don't have the aerators on these, but have water both sides. Cool thing, we have the water heater. Somebody already converted our water heater over to an electric element instead of gas, so that can be heated up pretty easily. So 10 minutes takes the chill off of the water, just makes it to where it's not freezing cold. 20 minutes makes it nice and warm so you can use it for whatever you need to. 30 minutes makes it really nice and warm so it's like you can take a shower. 40 minutes makes it like gas hot water heater in a house level of perfect. So I made a setup for the shower that comes down, goes to a coupler I made, goes into that filter, and it will go into this hose, which goes to this wand. I've tested and it does work. There's the other side. There's the sprayer for the kitchen down there. I had to caulk. Obviously it looks rough because I haven't caulked stuff very much, and I only got pretty good at it. You know, last minute, the last thing I did. So I had to caulk the shower because when the water was on, the water would run over here and just run directly out the bottom of the shower side. So I went and caulked every spot that it could gather water or leak. I didn't caulk the top because the top is going to be flexible and it's the top that fits over, so I left that. Had to go back and caulk that because I've had that off and I don't want water getting in there. And the drain wasn't leaking, but I went ahead and caulked it too. I'm letting it cure. I did that today.